Hello guys and welcome to the show. My name is John and well, I got the chance to play around with the Galaxy S9 for a couple of days. And well, I even did a full-on comparison with the iPhone X and put them head to head. You can go check out this video right after this one finishes and well, I believe it's kind of interesting too. But enough about the games, it's time to go ahead and review the phone. Right, let me get one thing straight first. On my pocket every single day for the last 3 months has been an iPhone X, and well, it will still be. My Galaxy S9 was just for a few days to review it. But the thing is that I'm not going to be reviewing this from a biased iPhone user experience because I do know and appreciate Samsung and well, Android phones in general. So I'm actually going to be doing a simple review with no bias from any kind of iPhone. So let me begin with the looks and feels of the phone. Now, Samsung, as I said on the comparison, follows the tactic, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. The Samsung Galaxy S9 is dead similar to the Galaxy S8. It has the exact same design, exact same thickness, exact same diameter, everything's the same. The only difference which is actually visible if you spend a bit of couple of minutes with the phone and actually hold it on your hand is going to be the fingerprint reader, which is now at a much more comfortable position than it used to be. The bottom with the headphones jack as well as the USB Type-C port are actually still there, and the ever annoying Bixby button is also still here and it's actually right where I would expect the volume up and volume down, and well, the volume down key to be precise, and this results in me for the entire duration of my review period with the phone actually pressing the Bixby button 90% of the times instead of the volume down button when I wanted to do anything from watching a video and take the volume down, or generally, put the phone in a volume down mode. I hope this makes any sense. Hopefully. The curve in the front and the display, to be precise, makes the phone look really stunning, and well, the curves of the phone at the front and the back in general are actually really nice. I am a big fan of this whole design approach from Samsung. And also the camera, on which actually one of the little phones that does this, doesn't protrude almost at all, which means it's nearly flush with the back. So speaking of this camera, it's actually the first ever phone to feature a camera with a variable aperture lens, meaning that it physically has, just like a normal lens for a DSLR or a mirrorless would have, simple little, blades inside, so it can actually be either f2.4 or f1.5. Now this helps in low light situations where you want to let more light into your sensor, or in cases where you don't want to let so much light onto the sensor and we're in a bright scenario. At first I thought this was a gimmick, but when I played around with it and actually did some testing on my own, I realized that it's by no means a gimmick. The photos do indeed turn out to be brighter. In order to see though this difference, you need to have the phone into pro camera mode, and therefore then once you adjust the aperture, have all their other settings appropriately set so it won't automatically adjust and have the exact same result. Going down to paper and specifications, it's actually a 12 megapixel sensor which video wise can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second and 720p at 960 frames per second, something that no other camera can actually do right now on a phone. And for that matter, no other camera in general can really do this and be under $1,000. Now it is though kind of a gimmick, considering that well, it can actually only shoot certain bursts of footage at this super slow motion feature which it has, and not entire video clip, which would probably make kind of sense because it would actually fill your phone up really quickly with way too many information. The front camera won't really disappoint you either. It's an 8 megapixel shooter, just like the same with the Galaxy S8, and well, overall it just takes adequately good selfies, wide angle enough, and well, one thing I hate and Samsung will not change is disable by default the beauty mode. This beauty mode that Samsung has implemented onto the front camera is just atrociously bad. Flipping the phone on the other side, you will find the screen. The screen specifically is a 1440p Super AMOLED display, and well, it's one of the best, if not the best, out on the market right now. Has very nice, bright, vivid and deadly accurate colors which really pop on no matter what you'll do, even when looking through Instagram photos and even Instagram comments. The text and the emojis are actually going to be so crisp and vibrant. I was blown away by that. It also has an always on display because well, that's something that the Apple iPhone will not do by no means. I don't know why, but the always on display is really functional, and if you find yourself using it once, trust me, you can take my word for that, you're going to want to use it again, because well, you just can glance at your phone and see if you have any random notifications, and also see the time, which is in some cases really handy. Software wise, Android has been fairly stable, and with various updates I've actually been really surprised by how good Android was. I mean, last time I tested out an Android device, it was bad. just bad. But this time it's just as fast and as snappy in terms of, little bells and whistles, just like iOS, which is quite good. Something that is not quite good and is not getting better is Bixby. Even though Bixby Vision is doing a good job at identifying, various things, if you point the camera at something and actually show you various other photos and also other links so you can buy the product. This is something that the Google Assistant does as well. Bixby is overall useless. I mean, I even tried to make it, tell me the weather, and it will barely even do it, let alone other tasks like multiplication and also the news and information like Q&A. None. Turning into the biometrics and the ways to unlock the phone, Samsung has included a plethora of ways to unlock it, including face recognition, iris recognition, patterns through Android, and also fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is just really good, and I have no complaint with it whatsoever. It's fast, it gets the job done, and you don't even have to turn the phone on or in order to unlock it. It just unlocks it immediately and you go from the always on display straight up to your home screen. The iris scanner for me is a hit or miss, and it's also hazardous for your eyes, so I wouldn't really recommend using it, and actually didn't use it at all. I only used the fingerprint scanner, I just used it to see if it actually works for my review. And face recognition, I won't even bother going into details. Just take a snapshot of your face and just compares it with what it sees next, which means that even a photo could actually unlock your phone. So not secure, and I wouldn't really recommend it because it's actually by no means secure. Your fingerprint is much more secure. Let's reach though a conclusion. Is this phone good? Is it a better improvement than the Galaxy S8, and is it worth buying it? I mean, the Galaxy S8 is right now on budget territory at $500. Well, yes, it is an improvement, and it's definitely good and will not disappoint you. Yearly updates on Android and also the design, which I stay the same, really help to make this phone easily one of the best phones of the year, if not the best for my opinion. And while yes, I won't be switching to it because I do think the iPhone is better as a whole device, for me at least, because of things like AirDrop and iMessages, I believe that if those things were to be overcome, this one will be definitely in my pocket, and I would definitely recommend it to you as well. But these little things like the lag on Messenger or Instagram stories, and just some things I just find odd on Android, which remind me why I'm a proud iOS user. Other than that, well, software aside, it's just my favorite smartphone ever. But anyways guys, that's all I'm gonna do for me in this video. If you like it, be sure to drop a like and also subscribe, as I upload twice a week pretty interesting videos. And also guys, be sure to check out the previous video if you've missed already. You can also go ahead and check out another video if you've not done so, and you've seen the previous one, which you obviously should have. But either way, as I said, subscribe. But I'm gonna see you again in the next video. Goodbye.